Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Risky's Revenge. This isn't what I usually do. This isn't what I would normally advocate other people do in general. So I'm just gonna pop the game open. It's gonna be a little bit loud to start off, as you can see, and I'm just gonna set it up so that I can actually see what's going on here. Okay, so I have a few things to explain before I begin actually playing the game. And the reason is, as you can see, I've already finished the game multiple times. I've got File A and File B. Basically, this is the second installment in the Shantae series. This is Risky's Revenge, and I've been getting into the series. It's really fun. I've been trying to get all the achievements, but the thing is that now, to get all the achievements, you actually have to beat the game 4 times. And the way that you do that, it depends on how fast you do it and your completion rate. So there are 4 completion conditions. You either finish the game longer than 3 hours with all of the items, so 100% with longer than 3 hours. There is any percent, so not getting all the items, but finishing it within longer than 2 hours. So those are the 2 that I've done. I finished the game in those 2 completion conditions. The other 2 that I haven't done are what I'm going to be doing in this video, which is beating the game in under 2 hours without completing everything, and beating the game in under 3 hours, but 100%ing it. And there isn't actually a route to do something like that. I don't actually have anything that would showcase my efforts in that regard. So I made one up, right? I could have gone and tried to do some of the speedrun routes, but I figured that that's not really... like, it's not ideal for what I'm trying to do, because everything they've done is basically decided upon trying to either get any percent done, so just finishing the game as fast as possible, or getting everything. And so I can't get both endings in that regard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make my own route. I'll finish the game by just getting what's necessary in under 2 hours, then I'll reload my last save, run back into the world and collect all the stuff I've missed, and then come right back in. But to save myself some time, what I did was I set it up so that I'll still collect a lot of the unnecessary stuff in the any percent route. That way I don't have to go back all over the world to collect everything. So I hope I explained that well. To give you an idea of exactly what I'm talking about, here is here's a representation of my route. You can see that the game will freeze, by the way, whenever I click out of it. It's relatively in-depth. It's kind of complicated. I'm going to try to refer to this all throughout the run. I can't actually guarantee that I'm going to understand what I'm doing. It's weird. So I'm going to try. Keep in mind, I don't actually know where everything is in the game. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to keep that on the back burner there. So I'm going to go into all of these temples. They're not really temples. They're actually more like, the Squid Baron's lair and so on. And I'm going to kind of wing it. Okay, so if I get lost or I don't know what I'm doing, bear with me. It's going to be fun. We're going to explore. And if we don't make it in time, I can just try it again, refine the route and see what happens. Okay, so let's just pop back over to Shantae here, and we'll have to begin. I've also set up a timer, if you can see over there on the bottom. I'm constantly flipping back and forth. I do apologize. Okay, so just make sure you get the mouse off the screen, and I'll start the timer as soon as the game's in-game timer supposedly starts as well, which I assume is as soon as I pick. I just want to clarify as well a couple of things. This is the original mode, which I'm going to be playing on. Magic mode just makes it so that you lose magic a little bit less slowly, but you take double damage. So we're going to avoid using that one because it's just harder and makes the route a little bit slower, especially when you spend so much time and money trying to get potions and so on. So we're going to avoid that. Okay, and so there we go. I assume that started the timer, and let's just begin. I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on in the game as we're going about the game, but the reason why I'm not gonna... it's not exactly like a Let's Play, even though in theory it would be kind of similar to one, is I'm going to be skipping all the cutscenes, which normally I wouldn't do if I was actually trying to showcase what a game was like to someone. Alright, for this part over here, you're trying to get a certain number of gems. It's definitely RNG whether you do or don't get the gems, but if you blow them up while they're off screen, you will never get a gem. So, the smart thing to do is always to just kind of let them get on screen. The goal here is to try to get up to 50. And I don't think we're getting kind of lucky here. We're not even close to getting lucky, so that's horrible. That was horrible. But whatever. We'll just stick with it. Okay, so the first order of business is we're going to come over here, essentially, and we're going to pick up this egg. And we're going to need this. You'll know that we need this egg because... is there a reason why I couldn't skip that? You'll know that we needed it because if you go all the way to the right, which is what someone normally would do while playing this game, you'll have one of her friends who will tell you that, oh, you need to pick up this egg, and he'll be right here, as you'll see right now. So there you go. And I'll get it. I'll skip all of his text, and all he's saying is basically, go pick up the egg. I've picked up the egg, and now we can go back in. The egg belongs to one of her friends called Sky, and we're about to go and give it to her because we were babysitting it, and this is actually the entrance right here. Ooh, and this is her uncle. Okay, I don't know what he's exactly showcasing. I don't exactly remember. Oh, I forgot to give her the egg, but I'm gonna give it to her anyway. Perfect. Then Risky comes in here and she steals the lamp. I wish I could give you a more in-depth synopsis of the story, but I only read the story the first time I played this, and it's been a couple of weeks since then. So apologies. It's definitely a game worth going through yourself if you're interested. Now, one of the things I haven't actually explained, now bear in mind, of course, this is a boss battle because we chased after Risky and she's here to put us out of our misery. I've got that little box down there right underneath my webcam, which is going to showcase exactly what I'm going for at this point in the route. Okay? Just because I know you can't see my Excel spreadsheet, and you don't have to, I don't think you'd want to either. This is a relatively easy boss fight. This spinning thing I'm doing right now is actually a dodging maneuver. And generally you only really do it if you're trying to avoid getting hit by something, but it's so much faster than regularly running, so it's fun to do. You have to time it kind of well. If you don't, you generally just miss the input and then you end up just standing in place for a bit, and you'll see me do that a lot in the game, because I don't really know how to time it well. Over here I'm just actually going slow on purpose. Okay, and I think that's it for the boss. Yep. And she walks into that particular position. All things happen, we get shot by a cannonball, and then the game can finally begin proper. Perfect. Okay, now I haven't actually explained, but Shantae is a half genie. If you don't know what that is, that's fine, I suppose. I think one of her parents was a genie, and the other wasn't. I'm under the impression it was her mom who was the genie. Not that that really makes a difference. Okay, so that's that. Now we're just going to start going. We gotta go back, and with the little money that we have here, I can't really do what I need to do. And it sounds silly. Normally I was under the impression that I'd be able to buy the pike ball, which is a power-up that I would want to have by this point in the game. But I can't, so I'm gonna have to come back for it. To start off, what I'm gonna do is come over in here and save. And you have to save because there's an NPC that is at the gates that's gonna say that if you haven't saved, you're not ready to leave the town, so... Whoops, whoops, whoops. There's actually an achievement you can get in this game for talking to all of these NPCs, which is kind of fun as well. Here's the guy who won't let me leave, so I'll just hop on out. Now, I really think I should get the pike ball before continuing on. It just makes the entire area so much better. So what I'll do here is I'll see if I can get remotely enough. I mean, the timing for the game is relatively generous. If you don't know where everything is, then you don't have enough time to spare. And this isn't really a speedrun, so it's fine for me to waste a little bit of time. But what I'm saying is more along the lines that if you really don't know where everything is, and you most likely won't know where things are... I don't want to warp, actually. Yeah, there's so much backtracking in this game that you can easily get lost. So for example, that cave right there, you can't really get anything from it. If you go into there right now, it's got something in it, but you don't have the power-ups necessary to get it. So again, you have to remember that that cave is there and try to remember what power-ups it requires. And if you don't, you're just going to forget what you have and haven't completed in the game. Which is one of the reasons why it took me so long to do this, and why I find this to be relatively difficult, and why I had to go through the liberty of having to actually figure out an entire route for this. I will save often. I don't need to. Something to note as well is that the in-game timer only counts for when you've saved, and obviously when you die you go back to your last save, so it just forgets everything. Alright. I'm going to still try to make this entertaining, keep in mind, of course, because the whole purpose of this is, you know, to keep things fun. Now, something else to keep in mind, I never actually explained what we're about to do right here, but we're actually going to go to Shantae's friend Rottitops to see if we can get some information on where these Squid Barons are. So basically, our lamp was stolen by what's her name? You know, the big bad lady. Risky, obviously. So Risky basically stole something quite important, which is that lamp, and it's got some strange powers we have to deal with. Okay, but it can't be activated unless you get these certain artifacts. So there's 3 of them that need to be picked up. And so Shantae is going to go and try to get them before Risky does. And that's basically the plot here. We went and talked to our friend over there, Rotty Tops, because Rotty has a lot of information on stuff like this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to town. I know that's going to waste a little bit of time, but unfortunately I'm going to have to do it. Because I can finally afford to do it. So I'll do that, I suppose. That's not the way. I've never actually figured out the path in this area. It's a convoluted one, and yep. But yeah, so basically we're going to go to the Squid Baron and to all these other barons in general and try to pick up all of these artifacts so that she can't do it. We talked to Roddy because she's obviously a zombie, and the zombies have this interweb where they all communicate and share information, and they're the ones who know where to find all the information. That being said as well, she gave me that dog, and the main reason was basically as a peace offering. She just gave it to me to eat if I wanted to eat it. Obviously, not being a zombie myself, that's a little bit of a peculiar idea. But just to keep in mind, it's something in mind. I can also get that later. I can't jump high enough to get it right now. But keep your eyes on the prize. It's on the Excel spreadsheet, so rest assured it's on the route. We'll get it. Even before the 100% route. I don't like the fact that I had to come all the way back here for this, but at least you'll get a chance to see the shop now. So here is our shop. We're going to go ahead and talk to this lovely fine gentleman over here and buy the pike ball because it's extremely important and I'll need it for some stuff. I can't actually buy the map, unfortunately. If I had one more, well, like 2 more enemies, I probably could have, but I don't need the map really. I hope not. I'll buy it eventually, maybe when I come back to the shop the next time. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely rushing, and I have to rush because again, this whole thing is a run. I need to beat this whole thing in 2 hours, so I hope I have you guys for the majority of that. And if anything super boring happens along the way, I will cut it, so don't worry too much about that. But I would cut to show you guys, you know, progression as opposed to this whole walk again. But again, we just started the game. It's a chance for you to see everything, so why not? Alright. No need to save. Actually, maybe I will save since I'm low on HP. Okay. Getting HP shouldn't be too hard. I actually don't think that we're really in that much danger, because I beat the whole game on magic mode essentially, which is that one where you take more damage. Significantly worse to deal with, honestly. And I did that as well at the same time as I was doing the other challenge, which was to beat the game in only 3 heart containers. And the final boss is actually relatively challenging, so beating the final boss with only 3 heart containers in magic mode where you take double damage was an unforeseenly difficult task for absolutely no reason. And I would consider that to be oversight. So we won't do that again. This one should be a significantly easier run. I actually tried to do the 80% run at the same time. You know, just really putting all my eggs in the same basket. So you can imagine how many times I died in the process of that because I'm rushing, trying to get any percent. Beat the whole game in 2 hours without picking up any hard containers. Not sure where everything is, and not picking up any hard containers, I suppose, or taking double damage. I don't remember how I was trying to phrase that sentence. Okay, I don't have time to just keep killing everything, so we'll just keep on going. We'll save again, not for any particular reason. Okay, I've been putting off doing this run for some time now because I felt like there's a good chance I'm probably going to mess it up a lot. We'll talk to this guy essentially, that's where the Squid Baron is, but for him to let us in, we have to feed him a meal. He thinks we're the delivery boys, so before we have to get a meal, and we can do that because there's actually a special NPC here that we're going to go and talk to who will make all of this possible. Alright. I'm actually going to go down and get that one because I could benefit from the money. There is so much to buy in this game at the moment, and I would highly appreciate getting all of it as soon as possible. Because I'm going to end up having to do some money grinding later in the game. And as much as I don't want to do it, it's kind of mandatory for the 100% route. So here's the lady that we're talking to, and alright, hold up. Yep, so basically she lost her passion for cooking because she lost her dog, and now that we found her dog for her, she's willing to celebrate by cooking a nice meal for us. Which, as you might have guessed, is the meal we're going to give to the Squid Baron. Do enjoy the music. This gives me so many spooky vibes. It just reminds me of the old days. And we have our tasty meal. Okay, now the most important thing before we go is to kill the dog and steal all this money. It's a little harsh, but it's also kind of necessary. Because like I said, too much time spent trying to get money later in the game. And we don't want to do that, so off we go. Mind you, by the way, that this entire time I have not referred to my spreadsheet, so I will be going significantly slower when I start needing to refer to the spreadsheet, because I won't know where everything is. And I'm not referring to it because the very first item on my spreadsheet at the moment actually says get monkey transformation, which means I need to go and get the monkey. So here we go. He's gonna let me in, specifically because I have a good meal for him. We hop in, and this here is the Squid Baron. I'll skip all the text, but I'll just have you know that he's gonna eat the meal. The dialogue in this game is also really funny, by the way, so I'm sorry I can't show it to you. Okay, and he runs away down and ditch, because I told him to give me the artifact, and he would not be willing. So, off we go. Get all of this. That magic, by the way, you'll find out what that's for eventually, but it's essentially just so that I can use this item right here. Which is the pike ball. Okay, so there are a few things we can do in here, but nothing particularly at the moment. Even that chest right there we're going to be getting, but we have to have a certain transformation to do it. I always forget this guy is in here. Hop on up. I don't need any magic at the moment. Break all of these. Alright. So this here is basically our first, what you might be able to consider a dungeon, I guess. And we start off by just killing ourselves. It's all in good tact. We hopefully won't be doing much of that in the future. Now I actually have to focus quite a lot to make sure that I don't mess up my memory of this stage, because I don't really know it all that well. I haven't really spent a lot of time in this area, and I'm gonna have to navigate this place a few more times. So the more I can memorize in the first run, the better. We don't need to go up there just yet, but we will in time. That's one of the things to memorize. Get that money. I do think that collecting money all the time is definitely slower than just, you know, prioritizing certain other things. But I don't have the luxury at the moment to forego a lot of money. There's a lot of things to buy, and the earlier I can buy, the better. Guess he can't hit me from down there, so I'll hit that there. Okay, and reactivate my pike ball, just to get me going faster. Get me under. Before I go there, let's just see. I can take this off. So yeah, there are a lot of hidden passages in this game. It really helps. So again, if you're looking for a lot of money, there definitely is a lot of money. You just have to know where to look. There we go. And we'll get this key right here. I also just kind of forwent a lot of money there, I suppose. We got a key. The key actually activates this door right here on the right, so we'll head over in there. And you can see pots, for example, in the bottom area, and that showcases to you exactly where you need to go. Now this is an interesting kind of boss because you can't hit his shield, but if you hit him in the head, he will still take damage. Also, when he tries to attack you, that's also a good opportunity to hit him, but in any case, as long as you aim well, that's not really important. I'll save here. And let's see if we can get magic. Nope, no magic. And let's keep going. Okay, I'm going to kind of ignore that one there. He's not really important to me. Hop on over. Not a problem. Alright, that was unfortunate. Yeah, there isn't really a consequence to falling in the water aside from wasting a lot of time. One of the things to note as well is it's really important to remember that there is water in this stage, and you'll find out why a little bit later in the run. I could tell you, but if I did that right now, that would ruin the surprise, wouldn't it? Alright, there we go. This game kind of requires you to keep an eye on a lot of different things. Like, a lot of things that you don't think make a lot of difference or don't really look like they make a lot of sense. Like, why is there just a random chain going into the sky there? Well, it'll make sense at some point in the future. Actually, I'll go in here and take this one. I should also add that this spike ball isn't a mandatory thing to get, and the only reason why I'm using it is because it speeds things up. And that was so unfortunate. You have to imagine the developers, when they made this challenge, they didn't actually expect people to speedrun it. And the pike ball helped me out there. And we'll turn it off to conserve some mana, and we'll just keep on going. So here, this area is actually quite straightforward. We do have to go ahead and get that other... There we go. Okay, I guess I'll just do the rest of this by hand. There we are. I feel like I was cheated a little bit there by getting hit. Alright, we got another key. If you guys remember, there was actually a door that we needed a key to unlock. I hope you remembered, because I don't. I'm sure I'll see it along the way, though. It sounds relatively familiar. In we go. Oh, come on. The reason why I won't just kill myself to return to the side of the stage is because you always go back to the last door you used. So it is actually a pretty good idea to kill yourself, or rather just fall into a pit to teleport to the right area, but for me, unfortunately, that isn't really an option. So here's that door that I was talking about that I evidently remembered. You know, no time lost at all there. Only takes 8 hits to kill this guy. Okay, so if you stand up here, you can actually just continuously hit him from a crouch position. All good. If I recall, I think speedrunners tend to ignore the gems that you find there, because it's a little slow to get them all. Or just to wait for them in general, but I can imagine that if you're fast enough to have to forego waiting 1 or 2 seconds to get some extra gems, you're kind of already well above the requirements for what I'm trying to do right now. Return to me. There we are. The developers are just putting things in the most interesting of areas, and here we go. We finally achieved the very first part of my Excel spreadsheet, which is become monkey. So this here is the first transformation. She awakens a power within her that allows her to transform into a monkey by dancing. So you dance into the first stage of your dance and you turn into this gorgeous specimen of a character, the monkey. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll just use this opportunity to get a few magic gems. I know that doesn't mean anything to you right now, but magic gems are actually what we require in order to buy some of the more interesting power-ups. Including something that will make Shantae have less split ends and give her wonderful hair. You know, that's crucial to a genie because they're voluptuous, and luscious hair is truly endearing to us, especially in this particular scenario since we're using it to kill everything. No! No! Alright, there we go. That was a little bit of a messy way to do it, but I did it. Actually, I'm gonna try something really silly here, but let me just check. Is there a chance that there is a hidden area up here? There isn't. Okay, well I had to try. We'll keep at it. Now, unlike you guys, I actually don't have a timer in front of me, so I don't even know how well I'm doing, and nor do I have anything to gauge what is a good time. So, I mean, what wouldn't be a good time, right? Playing some sports with some friends. Now that's the best time. Wait a second. Where am I going? Alright, okay. So, we'll just hit that over there. We'll hop onto here and we'll just keep it up. There's obviously some money over there as well, but we're going to avoid it for now. Okay, so since we've come back to the main room here, we can actually go ahead and get this now, because we can climb in here. And that's our first magic gem. Ideal. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to turn back into a monkey here. Hop on out of there. We'll take this, because I left it last time. And we're going to come back up here. Now there's actually nothing to do here in general, because again, there are no more keys or anything, but there is a hidden area that we can now access because we are a monkey. And I'm a big advocate of it. So let's go ahead and give it a go. I'm actually surprised I remember all of this, considering I haven't played in a few weeks, and I've only really done this twice. So here we go. Alright, so that there is my third option on the list, which is collect magic gem number 2. Let's go ahead and get back out of here. So the next thing that we need to do is obviously finish this temple. Or it's not really a temple, but I always think about it from Zelda points of view. I actually don't really know if that's the correct terminology for this, but yeah. The Squid Baron's lair. We'll finish that off and then we'll continue on. But yeah, if you've noticed, there is generally a lot of backtracking in this game, and you do have to keep your wits about you and keep focusing on where everything is, because you never really know. And I know I'm rushing through this, so I assume that anybody watching it will probably be just confused about all of the random routes I'm taking. For this one here, actually, we can save a little bit of time by going up here. And saves us the hassle of having to traverse all of those platforms and potentially fall back in the water and waste some time. So, little things that all help. Coming back over here, you'll remember we had these chains here that I actually didn't go through, but I don't think we need to go through them just yet. Because if I recall, we actually have to come down here as a monkey. And there's a hole in the wall right here. Perfect. And we'll do this one first, because this is more important. Up there we had a locked door, and we wouldn't be able to handle it unless we have a key. And the key is actually in here. Okay, so I think that's everything. Turn back into a monkey to get out of here. Alright. I wonder if you can guess what we're making. There you go, you figured it out. Well done. Alright. Pick up that key. Okay, so this has been a really good Squid Baron's temple. I'm quite proud of the progress we've made. I thought that I would make a lot more mistakes, getting confused, getting lost, and forgetting where everything was. But fortunately, I don't even have to refer to any guides in terms of my Excel spreadsheet. Not like it gives me any advice anyway, but it's just good to keep in mind. Okay, I'm going to do this as a monkey because he jumps higher. And he can also grab onto this wall if necessary, which is faster in my eyes. And also here, this is an area where you can get a little bit of extra gems if you're interested. So we'll pop over here and grab all of those. Pop on back to the right and head in here. And if I'm not mistaken, this should be the boss. Yep, the boss is this old man right here. He was the boss the entire time. He was helping us save because he was keeping track of where we've been. If I say this enough, I think I'll start to take myself seriously. Alright. There's no actual gems in here. They're all just hearts, I believe. Okay. So perfect. Now we get to kill the boss. Actually, I don't have to do that because I do have this. Making mistakes. I just don't know what to say. There's really nothing to talk about during this fight. There we go, we're done. There's a much faster way to beat him, which involves a different set of power-ups, but I didn't have the time to buy them. So there's that. And there's also the speedrunner route, which is to glitch through him. There's a certain glitch you could do with transformations that causes the boss fight to just kind of end randomly, and you get the artifact. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to do it. She comes here, she just kind of taunts me about it, asks me to give it to her, I tell her no, and then we just go on our merry way. Next thing I need to do is go back to the entrance. So it's good that we have the monkey transformation, but that's not really enough. So next we're going to go ahead and get the heart container on the pillar on the field. So this is where my Excel spreadsheet is really coming in handy, because now it's keeping me on track. Whoops, wrong side, no! What a waste of time. Money, I'll take the money. I'm an optimist and I believe all the money is worth it. Okay. Now if I recall, the only things I really need that are, oh my goodness, I'm constantly forgetting the way around this area. And I don't really have a map that's gonna keep me on track here, but that's fine. So, the only power-ups I really need throughout this entire run until I get to the 100% route is Fire, Spitfire, Cloud. Again, wrong idea. I'll do that later. Let's see. I don't need any of the hair upgrades, but I'm most definitely going to get them because I need them for the final boss. Again, all of this probably sounds kind of random. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I assure you there's method to the madness. And you, the humble listener, will probably understand it as soon as you see it happen. Is this the right way? It is, thank goodness. Again, my lack of knowledge of the actual map is probably getting to me, but I do have a map on my Excel spreadsheet that I could use, but I don't know. It's not intuitive for me to go and stare at that. In fact, I'm trying really hard not to look at it because it's just distracting. Whoops, whoops. Oh, I just realized I made a bit of a mistake as well earlier. Oh, that's a problem. I guess we're gonna have to walk back over because I forgot to activate the warp. There's another squid warp over there in that area that I'm gonna have to go back and get later. We'll get to it in time. Silly mistakes were made. But it's to be expected. Okay, so the next order of business is actually to keep going left. It's quite early in the morning as well. It's currently 9 o'clock. It's not that early, but I woke up a few hours ago just to prep for this run. Because I care all about you guys. I care about myself even more. You know how it is. You know, we're trying to get a healthy sleep schedule lined up, but on top of that as well, we want to get these achievements. The amount of dedication and devotion that you would require from these developers to make something like this. Here we go. We'll activate this little guy here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was, yes, please wake up. And we'll talk to him. Yep. Okay. So, we've activated the squid warp and we're going on. Left of the mare, far left, okay. Again, mistakes were made. So the next order of business, according to my spreadsheet, is to buy the double spikes and then go talk to the mares, so we'll do that. I don't know if I actually need them for anything in particular, because I don't remember the double being actually required for anything, but I know that they're definitely a quality of life improvement. And I think I need them actually potentially for the second artifact, so we're going to go ahead and make that happen. We have a lot of money, we can buy everything actually, all the stuff that might be useful for later. So let's see, we've got the fireball, which I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy the double pike. I'm gonna buy the map. And I only have one. Alright, because I bought the double pike. Okay. Do I want to buy this? Do I want to buy this? I'll buy this, because it'll make stuff easier. Oh, I also remembered that I forgot to buy something else! We're making a fool of ourselves here. Here we go, the cloud. That's actually the power-up that I said that would have made things a lot easier before. Now, if I didn't spend a lot of time going and getting all of those gems, we probably wouldn't have been able to buy everything, and that's yet another situation. If I wanted to be safe about things, I probably should have also bought some healing potions, because areas like this one have some dangerous aspects to them, some very difficult platforming that could sometimes result in deaths, which is a big no-no. So we'll hop up here, we'll break this one open, and we'll just go ahead and take some of those gems. Okay, next thing we need to do here, according to my chart, I'm trying to look at it while running. Activate warp, talk to the mayor, earn money, buy double spikes. Okay, I guess I was supposed to buy the double spikes after talking to the mayor, but it didn't really make a difference. Nope! And this is the difficult platforming I was talking about. You're jumping from something that's moving onto something else that's moving, and when you jump, you go off screen. Yep, we're gonna make a few mistakes here. The problem is that to cling with the monkey, you have to hold left, but if you're trying to land on top of it, holding left will obviously kill you. And the reason why I'm trying to land on top is because it's surprisingly easier. Where is it? Good lord. I guess I don't really need that, right? Nope. We're gonna go in here just to be safe. We don't actually get to do this yet. We don't have the power-ups required, but it's just to set my warp there, so I don't have to traverse that again. I'm hoping this part here will be a little bit easier. At least I can see the monkey. And we have the palms here, which tells us that we've arrived. Nice. And okay, I think we've done it. We haven't done it. Are you serious? We don't need that one. Let it be known that we don't need that one. I'm gonna jump over this one here, jump on top of that one. Thank goodness. And we can save. I hate this place, honestly. I think we have a warp here as well, which will make things a lot easier. Okay. Yes, we do. Okay, so we'll skip what he has to say. Perfect. And now we don't have to go through that again. We will have to do it one more time, but hopefully not for a little bit. Okay, so that's some more money that we could use to buy more fun stuff. We'll have a chat with the good man here. He'll give us the title deed, because Scuttletown just can't afford to handle all of these problems. I forgot to mention that we lost our job as the protector of Scuttletown, which is the name of the town that we live in, because we failed to beat Risky. And you know, now with all the baddies around here, the monsters and so on and so forth, Scuttletown's kind of losing its luster. Okay, since I bought everything, I actually don't have to go back to town, which is convenient. Although I really would like to, for the purpose of buying some potions, but I guess we're just gonna have to not make any mistakes. Easier said than done, I know. Let's play it safe, kill as many enemies as possible, and see what we can make out of it. Maybe we'll get some HP. Do I sound like I'm rushing? Because I am. Alright. I'm of the opinion that you should play it safe whenever possible. Okay, what am I doing next? Left of the mayor, then we gotta go to the ammo baron. Yep, not worth it. I just want HP! You know that paradox where you take extra damage because you're trying to get HP? I feel it. But I guess the real consequence to dying is that I just have to go back to where I started from. It doesn't really waste any in-game time. We need a transformation to destroy that rock. I'll tell you all about it when we get that transformation. Don't worry, it's on my spreadsheet. Okay. Well, this is going to be such a lengthy video, isn't it? Imagine editing this whole thing. Ooh, what an experience that will be. So we'll go down here because we can't go further to the left from where we were. And that was quite good. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Just pull these out. These things handle basically spiders and those flying things perfectly. Okay, and we're good. We're finally okay again on HP. I'm a little bit more comfortable now. We'll hop over to the left and we'll just keep on going. Turn into a monkey. And I'm gonna avoid fighting most of the enemies here because they really are more of a hassle than anything else. Especially these ones with the arrows. Okay. Take the HP, head on down, we'll go into here and try to get ourselves just a little bit more money. Perfect. Okay, next order, turn to monkey to get out of here. We're gonna need to go to the Ammo Baron, which happens to be... There's actually nothing there, I don't know why I opened that up. I actually feel like that was just put there to teach you that you can sometimes break walls and go through them. We don't need to go there yet. I'm traversing this whole thing from memory of 2 weeks ago. Please! Okay, well, it was worth it. Let's head all the way to the left. And this is our Ammo Baron right here. We'll talk to him in a moment, but first we want to get ourselves a magic gem. Okay, so we'll give the Ammo Baron the deed, so he can buy Scuttletown from our current mayor. We don't want to give it to him, and he's going to basically turn us into like an army nation, but not a problem for the time being. Okay, so we're done. He gave me a passport as well, which is convenient. Does it tell me that I have a passport? The deed... Oh, hold on a second. I think I didn't give it to him. Whoops. That's what I thought. There we go. Now I've given it to him. Okay. And he gave me the passport because basically it's his town now and all citizens of his town have to have a passport, and so are we. Which is good because that means that we can also now participate in activities that only members of his town can participate in, which is always a pleasure, I have to admit. What we're about to do next is actually something relatively silly in my eyes. But we're going to do it anyway, which is we're going to go somewhere and do absolutely nothing. I wish I was joking, but we're going to go somewhere where there's like basically nothing to do, and we're just going to go there, do that nothing, and then return. Well, okay then, game. Have to be so rude about it. Okay, at least I think that's what I'm supposed to do, right? So after that, battle Tangle Forest. Okay, well apparently, not according to my map, I don't have to go and do that yet, but I'm gonna. My spreadsheet knows things, but so do I, so. It's not also a big time loss, and it'll help to have the warp here because I'm gonna need it later, because I'm gonna have to come back to this area for this rock right here that I just stepped on. Okay. If you're wondering if it's difficult to kill those archer ladies, it's not really. But obviously it's a bit of a time commitment to do it. Okay, I'm actually quite curious what time I'm going to get at the end of all of this. So yeah, I basically went there just to get that warp so that I can use it later. You don't want to fall directly down because there's a slime. Yeah, I know we're taking a lot of damage. It's to be expected generally. It's to be expected, he says. Okay, let's get that magic again. That's what that is, but nope, it's just money. Alright. The next is we're going to head over to get the second artifact right now. It's going to be a lot faster than the last one, and actually a lot easier as well. I don't know why I stopped there. It was quite obvious it takes 4 hits to kill this guy. I need to pull these out. I feel like none of my buttons are working, but that's also my mistakes. You can't really buffer in this game, at least not to my knowledge. So, oh, we're dead. We're dead! And that's horrible. So I'm gonna meet you guys back. Meet you guys back there again. See you in a bit. We're going a lot faster than we were in the last run, so that's convenient. Okay, so we're back to where we were originally, with a little bit more HP this time and a little bit more caution on our side, I'd say. Remember to pull out the spike balls and actually be cautious about it. And I thought he was dead. Okay, so we collected his money. Next order of business is to finally save. I don't know, that death was obviously bad, but it only wasted a few minutes in my eyes, and it also put us in a bit of a better mindset, I think. Remembering to be cautious and all. So because we have our pike balls now, we can actually come in here and do something really nice, which is basically destroy this place. Because I have my passport, he's gonna let me in, but I forgot to say yes. Okay, and I'm ready to go. So it's interesting because our actual next artifact happens to be in this little gauntlet right here, where essentially you just have to defeat all the enemies. Okay, so it's a bit of a rush now. You have 3 minutes to do it because it's basically like a little competition that these guys are running. But it's actually very generous because you get to constantly increase your time. And so long as you have the double pike ball, you're generally quite safe. If you have anything else, you can probably get through it, no problem, but this just really speeds it up. Okay, and we're gonna get some more magic as well at the end of every one of these doors. So that's also quite fun. I'm generally hopeful that my gameplay is more entertaining than my my commentary, because I don't really know what to say in a lot of these contexts, and especially when I'm trying to focus, I just kind of run out of things to talk about. But I think it's all good. I would 100% be an advocate for speedrunning this game, and maybe I should consider it at some point, especially because the movement feels so fresh and fun. Okay. Oh, I don't even need it. I don't know why I went back for it. Did I buy magic regen? I can't remember. I feel like I did. Yeah, I think I did. There we go. Ah, what a way to start your morning. This game is so riveting. It's exciting. I have a long day lined up ahead of me as well. Let's sit up more straight. Get better posture in. I'm just gonna get hit a lot here, and I don't mind. I think this is probably the most difficult enemy to handle normally without getting hit. No, I want that. So there's actually 11 floors in this tower. I kind of forgot to mention the number. So if you're getting impatient, it's almost over. You actually have to do this twice in an actual run. However, I am only going to do it once and come back for it again during the 100% route because it's, as you can see, it's relatively lengthy. And I don't want to waste another 15 or so minutes doing this again at the risk of not being able to finish the 80% route on time. We're a little low on magic, which is quite bad, so I think I'm going to preserve my magic for a little bit until I can get some more. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we do have some magic regen, but I guess I'll hold on for a little bit. I'm no longer going to hold on anymore. Okay. If you think I'm being reckless, because I'm letting myself get hit a lot here, it's just so much faster to let yourself get hit and damage boost through a lot of those enemies, because trying to take them normally will more often than not actually end up with more damage. It's just by the nature of where they were placed. You don't have a shield, you have nothing to block their arrows. Oh, the gems! I'm taking damage because I care so much about money. You see what that's like? That's called greed. You know, no one ever gets anywhere in life out of greed. As you can see, we have more time at the final stage than we did when we first came into this tower, so really don't worry too much about the time. It's extremely generous. The last thing we want to do is die here. I have to come here and get the money. It'll always despawn before we get back. Okay. And we did it. Nice. Okay. The next time I come to do this, I'll also be able to do it faster since I'm not doing it right now. And I'll have to come back again because you get the chance to get a magic gem for it, so it's definitely worth it. You also get a lot of gems, but I'm not gonna be waiting for that. So while I'm sitting here spinning around a little bit, let's see what we have to do next. Okay, so I finished talking to him. He gave me... I can't remember. Oh, he gave me a key, right, okay. And the key is actually what I'm gonna need to use next. So let's see, Battletown, Tangle Forest, okay. Alright, so first layer, cave on the right, okay. Why am I at full HP again? I don't remember. I should have probably saved, but I'm not going to, because I think I have just enough HP to really not have to worry about it. At least not until I get back to Tangle Forest. Now, it would have saved me a little bit of time. Monkey, please. It would have saved me some time if I actually activated the the Warp Squid in Tangle Forest, but I had forgotten to do that earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and cut my losses and do it in the next visit, which is going to be right now. We have a lot of stuff to do in Tangle Forest as well. Oh my goodness. So let's go ahead and clean up a little bit. I'm just gonna jump it the normal way, the old-fashioned way. I'm looking forward to having some breakfast today. That's going to be exciting. Okay. Off we go back. I knew that was going to happen and I kind of didn't care. Perfect. Good evasion. Getting money from actually killing enemies is a lot slower than just cutting your losses and getting all of them from just different temples or pots and such as you cross and traverse different terrain. You'll notice as well that some of the enemies from the other areas have started to infiltrate these areas, and that's pretty normal too. This is just progression. You've gotten stronger, you've managed to beat all of them, and so therefore they are now populating the easier areas to make sure that you constantly have challenge. See, this is where I would have teleported from. And the reason why that matters, actually, you know what, I will teleport from here. I'll just go ahead into Lilac Fields. Yeah, that actually matters as well because this game is full of backtracking. As you can see, we're going right back to the first area of the game. Literally for part of progression, so it's not like I'm just doing this because I'm trying to get collectibles, it's actually part of the game. And so they have to give you at least some challenge by putting some of the harder enemies back in here. Even these scarecrows, for example, now are dropping bombs. So you know you're making some progress. I'm not going to save here, I don't need to. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to kill this guy, despite what I just said about money. Because these guys always give you 5 and they're extremely easy to kill. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is come in here. This is actually where we're going to make use of that key. And it's going to give us the transformation that we need that's going to open up so many doors for us. Okay, so here we are. That was actually unusually patient for me, considering I've been rushing so much in this game. I feel like some people are going to get kind of upset watching me just ignore some of these gems on the ground. But I have to. I don't have the luxury to sit here and collect absolutely everything. It's not necessary, and this is not a completion run yet. It will be, eventually. Why is this here? I don't even know. Okay. This isn't actually a labyrinth or anything, it's extremely straightforward. So we'll come over here, we'll go ahead and get ourselves our new transformation, which is the elephant transformation, by unlocking another power within, and for this one we have to stop dancing at the second stage of our dance. So I'm going to take a second to show you this. So here's our first stage, this is the second dance, and that's the third dance. Depending on which one you stop on, you transform into something else. Although our third stage currently doesn't have a transformation, but as you could imagine, it will be later in the game. Nice. Now the elephant is quite good in the sense that it's strong, it can kill a lot of enemies relatively quickly, and it's it unveils a lot of parts of the game that we don't currently have available, but the issue with it is just that it's extremely slow. All for except for one area where there are so many enemies that using the elephant is actually just faster than traversing normally. The problem with the elephant as well is that if it doesn't kill the enemy, it also gets damaged in the process of getting hit. Maybe I should have gone monkey here. No, that's fine. Because that boost, basically, it stops at the enemy. So this here is Abner and Poe, and these are essentially Rotti's brothers. Rotti Tops is the one who helped us by giving us the dog and telling us about the Squid Baron and all of them. So those are her brothers, and what they basically decided to tell me to do. Oh, I forgot to check what was coming up next, but I think I remember. Hop over to here. We're going to get the heart container next. So off we go to the right. Okay, and the heart container will be here, and it's something that should be unveiled as a result of having the elephant next. This is all still from memory. I have this thing right here, but I don't have the time to really look at it. But I like to have it there just in case I panic and forget stuff. Okay, so yeah, basically all they were saying was that if you're trying to get to the third Baron, the one who's going to have the final artifact that I'm going to require to keep away from risky. I am gonna require... what's it called? I'm gonna require their help essentially, but they said that if for them to help me, because it's hard to get into that area, they will require me... that's the thing I was supposed to get, right? They will require me to give them a set of coffee. But to do that, I have to get myself a coffee machine and some coffee beans, and also Po, which is the fatter of the two. Maybe he's not fatter, I don't know, the shorter of the two, I suppose. Also said that he wants a rotten egg in his one, so I'll have to talk to Sky about that. Maybe she could put a rotten egg since she really likes birds. As weird as that sounds. Okay, next order of business is to go all the way to the left here. Okay, because I have this written down as layer 2, and we are currently on layer 2. So we'll turn to a monkey, and we'll go up to the top here. This is the area that I came to quite some time ago, and I said that I would come back to it later. The reason why I didn't come now was because I actually couldn't do that at the time. Well, you need to be a monkey to do this, and I mean, I didn't really have anything stopping me at the time, but you have to either have monkey bullet, which is something we'll get later, or the elephant, because you need to be able to traverse this area, and there's no other way to do it. So, now that we've done that, we can come over here, collect this, break that, and take this up. Perfect. And now the actual fastest way to get out of here, unfortunately, is going to make some people angry, and that is to kill myself. There we go. Next order of business is to fall down. This is actually kind of difficult without getting hurt, but I'm going to try. Okay. Next thing to do, we're going to pop over to layer number 3. It's going to have some of the other good stuff. I believe we have another gem on layer number 3 that we need to get. So, I need to get up there, but I'll do it with a monkey because it's faster. It's not faster. I can't do it with the monkey either. Okay. Hop over to here, and then we're going to go full left again. Actually, is this left or right? It's still left. Oh, you know what? I just remembered what was on the right. It's the warp that I forgot to activate last time. So I'll do that after I do this part here. Would have been better to have done it back then, but we all make mistakes. No one's perfect. Not even you. Don't look at me like that. Okay, so that there's magic gem number 8, I think. Alright. Moving on next. Heading over to the right. Forgot about this guy. Random place. You know what? I'll take this guy out. I'm extremely excited over the prospect of upgrading my hair next. But I don't think I have enough money for it, so that's really unfortunate. It's just that it's so slow at the moment to attack enemies that I feel like I have to use the pike balls to do everything. And the hair upgrade does make it so that she attacks a lot faster. And I will get that stuff eventually, of course. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go for is the coffee beans, and then we'll get the coffee machine. So coffee beans are actually here on the right. That was my bad. Should not have taken damage there. I even knew he was coming. Here we go. We'll save for good measure. I don't know how we're doing on time. I really wish I had the timer open. That would have made things easier. So this here is where the coffee beans are. I feel like I haven't made very many mistakes, to be honest with you, though, so I don't feel like I should have any problems with regards to time. Okay, so this is mostly just about traversing and not making many mistakes. Let's just make sure we have some good platforming. The interesting thing about Shantae as well is that you don't have a fixed jump height. You have your jump height is also based on the length of time you held the A button. There's our coffee beans. We'll drop ourselves to get out of here. And so yeah, it's not even a short hop or a full hop, kind of like in Smash Bros. It's more, you know, it's more linear. If you held it for just a few frames, you jump quite a lot less than if you held it for the maximum duration, and so on and so forth. So let's keep going. We're actually not doing great on HP, and I'm really looking forward to the prospect of buying some potions to really circumvent this problem. Normally HP wouldn't be a big deal in this game if you're playing it casually, because you can really take your time. You can just run back and, you know, grind HP from some enemies. Now I would get this, but you actually can't do that yet, so I'm not going to try. Oh, we're in a bad place here. Okay, well. We might die. I'm gonna have to be extremely cautious here. Actually, I don't know why I did that. I guess I'll jump over all the enemies. I need to save really badly. Nothing. Okay, perfect. Now I can relax just a little bit. That was close. Didn't want to have another run all the way back through here again. I don't want to go back there. That's not necessary. Next thing I need to do is probably go back to town, I think. Let me see. Yep, coffee machine, give machine to Sky and buy fireballs. Alright, sounds good. Not here. Okay, so buying fireballs is the easy part because I've already bought it, so that means I can probably use my money to buy myself a hair upgrade, which would be super nice. Let's save here for good measure. I didn't have to come all the way back the way I just did. I just realized I could probably have warped, but there isn't really a much better warp to use anyway, but you know what? Not everything has to be done perfectly. Especially when you don't have a well-defined route. I'm mostly improvising. And my notes are just to remind me that everything exists and where they all exist. I can't do that yet. Unfortunately. But I think you can see probably by this point in the game as well why I say it's so confusing with regards to all the backtracking. Because as you can see, I pass by caves and I know when I can and can't go into them based off of what power-ups I do and don't have yet and which transformations I need. And yeah, it's quite a lot to it. Hop over to here. Now you've not actually seen Sky, but Sky is actually inside of this little area right here. So if I go and talk to her, what she'll do is she'll fix up the machine for me because it needs to be fixed up. It's kind of broken at the moment. And she's going to use Wrench, which is her little falcon, I think, to do it. And yeah, she's going to put a rotten egg in there, and it happens to be the egg I gave her originally because I apparently didn't take good care of it, and it was rotten. And then we got a latte. Now we can give that to Abner and Poe, and we'll be all good. Perfect, perfect. Now let's head over back. I hope I have enough money to buy potions and a hair upgrade, because that would be amazing. Okay, so come over to the item shop. Hair upgrade costs only 200, which is good. The next one costs 300, and I can't afford it anyway, but I'm going to buy a bunch of these. Okay, perfect. I actually don't need anything else. Okay, let's keep going. Next order of business is right of the warp squid. I have the map, right? I do. Okay. Where am I going? I don't remember what to do next. Cave right of the battle tower. Right, okay. So what I actually need to do next is get a power-up for my monkey. So let's go ahead and warp to it. You'll find that this is one of the reasons why I did that that part early, where I said I needed to warp. This is the reason. Well, I say this is the reason. I haven't actually shown you yet, but you'll see it in a moment. Save me. We'll just use the pike balls. You can see there. This is probably the best power up you could buy in the game. Okay, so we need to go to the barren desert. Please. I wish things defaulted to yes as opposed to no. When you're rushing, everything defaults to no. Okay, wrong one. I need to turn to that humbling bundle right there. There we go. Hop into here. Here we're going to get a nice power up for our monkey, but to do that, we actually need to have this. Which is why I said I needed this originally. It's fire. We'll go ahead and get this. We'll turn into the monkey, which I assume is a failsafe to showcase that you must have a monkey. And now what you can do is something called monkey bullet. You turn into a monkey, you jump onto a wall, you hold the direction you want to go, and you shoot yourself off into that direction. it's definitely something worth looking at. I'm gonna have to check real quick that I am still technically recording, because you never truly know. Yes, I am still recording. That's always good to know. Okay, I don't have a lot of time, although according to my clock, I don't know if that clock is right. Right, I do need to continue going in this direction though, so let's pop on over to this again. Stop wasting time. I don't have that time to waste. But I think we're doing well on time because we only have one more Baron to go through. He happens to be the longest one. But sacrifices must be made, I guess. Let's keep at it. I messed that one up. Okay. Just kind of using up all of my magic here. We'll save real quick, which is all good. I definitely lost some time because of that death, but I hope the game doesn't really care about that. Let's keep it up. We're not going back in here again, like I said, because we really don't have the time to spare. We're halfway through. Next, what we're going to get is a elephant upgrade. Also necessary. It's actually just as important as monkey bullet, actually, I'll be honest with you. So here we go. Grab that one there. Now this one, when I was first starting, I died a lot in, but it's really not that hard. And let's hope that I can prove that. But you can see the difference in monkey jump height, depending on how long I hold the button. Come on down. There we go. And then up here as well. Okay. So yeah, what made this really difficult for me was actually just that I had a tendency to fall a lot here. And I mistimed this a lot. But that's it. That's all you had to do. It was super easy. A little embarrassed for how much time it took me to do this casually when I first started. I keep saying casually, as if I'm not playing casually at the moment, and I am. But I do feel like with all these routes, it's kind of hard to consider it casual anymore. And so now that we have that elephant, what we're going to be doing is going back into the desert. There are actually a couple of things we need to do, so I'm going to start by going to the left. This is actually something that I thought was a little bit confusing when I was routing, so I actually went back into it today just to make sure that this is where I thought it was, because this gem actually eluded me for the longest time, and it's one of the gems that took me the longest to find casually. So let's go ahead and find it. So here we go, and if I'm not mistaken, you just have to go up to the top. Head over all the way. Don't prove me wrong, I don't want to have the wrong area. We skip that one there, hop over to here, grab that, and jump over here. And yep, that's the one. Perfect. Now we'll just fall to save a lot of time. And we're gonna actually go with this path to get over to here. And there should be another one genuinely right around the corner here. So as you can see, a lot of the stuff I'm doing right now you don't have to do if you're trying to just finish the game in under 2 hours. And I'm doing this because, like I said, I'm trying to do everything as fast as possible to get as much as I necessarily need to for the 100% route, while I'm still doing the 80% route. So it's a little dangerous, I acknowledge. But it's just what I'm doing. And also, yeah, here's the opportunity to see what the cloud upgrade does. There we go. I'm quite happy I got all of that in my first try. We'll fall over down real quick, and we'll get back out of here. Okay, so that's that. Next, we're going to enter Mermaid Cliffs, which is good. So that's the next area, which is going to lead us towards the next Baron as well. And yeah, I feel like I don't have enough stress for the amount of stuff I'm trying to do at once. And the fact that I'm doing all of this without a clear-cut memory, but of all the places to fall, let's turn into a monkey. I don't know if you take more damage as monkey, or it just depends on the enemy that hit you. We've already taken what was inside that one, so if you're wondering why I didn't go in that cave, that's the reason. We don't need to. Okay, we're still at 76 gems, so that's not really a lot, and we can't do anything with it. I forgot that I don't have the right one in. I'm not too concerned about HP like I used to be because I did buy those HP potions. So I think we should be okay for the long run. Like, I don't think we're going to need any more than that for the rest of the game, but I am going to get some for the final boss just in case, because the boss will be quite difficult in my eyes. Okay, and we have a risk, of course, in this next area, but that's fine too. So here's the next area. We need to turn to an elephant to do this. Perfect. And this is actually the area that I was told is easier if you just go as an elephant. And it really does seem to be the case. I need to do this now. Okay, that was just that area. I don't think we need to be an elephant anymore. And those were the mermaid enemies, as you might imagine. Okay, continue saving. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Off we run. And this is the next Baron that we're going to go to. Interestingly enough, he's kind of out of the way. And we have to cross him, but I think that's exactly how all of them have been, where you cross the Baron before you get to the area that you actually kind of need to be in. Okay, so we'll use Monkey Bullets to get around that, which is good. Oh, I hate these enemies. Oh, that was the wrong power-up. No harm done, it's kind of cheap anyway. An HP potion only costs like a few gems, something like 10 to buy. I'll kill her because she's gonna give me some money anyway. Okay, hop over. So I think this might be the longest span of an area, as you could see, in the entire game. Like, it's really long and there's just a lot of enemies and there's a chance of dying everywhere, but it's not a problem. It's just good to keep in mind. You don't want to traverse this a lot if you don't have to. I'll wait her out. More money is more money. And yeah, okay. I forgot to showcase, but this is how fast I can hit now. Because of that Silky Cream upgrade, it's not the fastest. And there is one more, and I have enough jam to do it. I just don't have enough gems. I need 300 gems, and I need to buy anything else. I still have to buy the pike ball though, so we do need some good money. Okay, perfect. We got this guy done, which is ideal. We'll talk to Abner and Poe, then we'll go back, because there's something I need from them. Now, well, I need something I need from them first, and then there's something I need from someone else. So you see they have the same house as that little girl from earlier. So now that I've talked to them, what they're going to actually give me is a plastic explosive. And Shantae doesn't know what it is. Okay, so let's hop on back, and we're going to go ahead and get ourselves... I can't remember. Actually, I do remember. It's a gem that we're about to get. Do I need to get it now? No, I don't, but I'm going to. You can't stop me. The reason is now that we have Elephant Stomp, which was the upgrade we just picked up recently, what I can do is start going to the right, and you'll see this cave that we had here for the longest time that we hadn't actually gone into. Here's the reason. So we turn to an elephant here. Whoops. A little too early there. Perfect. And now we can just get this gem. Perfect. Let's keep it up. Perfect, perfect. All good stuff. Can you tell that I'm happy? Well, of course, things are going according to plan, and my memory's really good today. I must have slept well last night. Mermaid Cliffs. You'll also note that we only have 2 areas we haven't done yet, and that's by design. Okay. So, let's go to the left, actually. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I shouldn't have come back this way. Whatever, I'll just do it this way again. I feel like this is not the faster way to do it, and it's also more dangerous and not worth it, but going back to Lilac Fields right now, just to warp is probably a bad idea. I'll hit her. She's a siren. That's all you take. I mean, they're not really mermaids, right? Because they're evil. I don't know what the lore behind mermaids are, but to my knowledge, you have the good mermaids, which are like just they live in the water and they look like fish people. And then you have the bad ones, and we call those sirens. They're the ones that try to lure sailors by singing sweet songs of bliss. You see them in a lot of different lore. Pirates of the Caribbean is probably the most iconic one. But yeah, sailor's tales. Okay. I think we're just about done, yep. We're gonna monkey bullet this one here. These hearts that they... Okay. I do think maybe Monkey takes more damage than Shantae does. But that could just be my imagination. I'm not gonna save. Yep, this is the place. Place the plastic explosive, please. Put that there. Perfect. Next we'll go ahead and put this one here and just give it an opportunity to just blow it up. Perfect. Let's hop on in. And finally we're on the last quote-unquote temple of the game. This is probably the one that's most likely to take the longest, especially if you get confused. So best not waste a lot of time there. So what happens here is when you change that eye, you actually change the layout of this entire area. It's basically a maze. And you can see where I'm walking here that there are actually some bricks that give you an idea of where you can walk. But yeah, the reason why I did that is because if I push the eye to the lower area, you'll see there's this. I can't get it right now, but if I come down here, I'll get this one. And to get to this one, the eye would have to be pointing right. So basically by pointing down, it took me to a different part of the maze that allowed me to fall down to this one here. And to get to the one up there, I'll have to do something slightly different. And that slightly different thing is actually something I'll have to do very late in the maze. So left is something I can't do yet either, so we'll have to go up. Now while we're up here, I can go and get this. I recall it's not important. I was correct. Hop onto these, that's all alright. Do some really good platforming here. And open the key. This temple isn't particularly hard, but it is definitely a little bit confusing. Now, for these guys here as well, you definitely want to kill them. Like this. So basically these guys will respawn after some time passes, unless you destroy their tombstone. And when you do destroy their tombstone, they never come back. Like even when I come back into this place again, they won't come back either. So that just saves me the hassle later when I have to come back through this door, which I will actually have to do, so. You know, Moka of the future will thank me for Moka of the present's sacrifices. Inside we go. I think I might be able to kill him in time. Yep, I am. Definitely able to kill him in time. Nice. That there is a secret door, we'll get to it in time. We can't kill this guy in time. So now you'll see what he does when he hits me. Okay. Now I really wish I had this whole place memorized as well. I unfortunately don't. So I'm gonna have to wing this one a little bit. Okay. Nothing here, of course. Now for this area, I really don't want to fight these guys, so I'm gonna have to do this with a monkey, just to save me the hassle. Alright. First thing I need to do actually is go to the right here. So we'll go with the eye open. And I'm just gonna skip this area to the best of my ability because it's full of enemies, but They're enemies I really don't have to fight. Okay, we got our key. We'll hop on out of here. Nice, okay. Let's try not to get hit. Perfect. Next thing we'll do is that. Is that what I want? That is actually definitely what I want. Perfect, perfect. It's really complicated with those eyes over there, so it's easy to make mistakes. There's a big danger of dying here. Good thing I got a heart. Alright. Nice. Okay, good thing we can save, because this has gotten kind of finicky, and I'm glad I didn't use a health potion either, because we're nearly at full. Max capacity. Okay. We'll get all of these. I feel like I'm going to need them later. Get him to point up. The direction he's pointing is the direction he's going to travel. This is actually where I'll need to go for money grinding as well later in the in the run. So, it's good to know. Okay, I didn't mean to do what I did there, but that's fine as well. Let's do that, and we'll get the gem first. So that's the orientation you need if you want to get the gem. You can also go ahead and get all these gems here, which I'm most definitely going to do. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do these all in the correct order. We'll start by going to the right. These are all little puzzle rooms for the most part. I don't actually have them memorized, but I'm pretty sure I can handle a lot of them pretty well. And to the right. Perfect. Oops, oops, oops. And again to the right. Nice. Okay, perfect. So that one went without a hitch, which is ideal. We got that one. Okay, now I could kill myself in this one, but I'm just going to do it the correct way, which is I'll wait for him to look left and he'll take me nice and fast. Okay. So that was nice and easy. Next one we gotta do is both facing down. Okay, so this one is also quite easy. The goal here is actually to get back up, not to get down. And there's no way to kill yourself to get up faster. So we turn to a monkey to make it easier, and I have to be relatively smart about this because if I recall, there is room for mistakes here. And not to get impatient. Sometimes you have to wait on the ledge to get it to work correctly. Like there, I probably should have waited on the ledge. There, I probably should have... I don't know what I should have done in that one, to be honest with you. That one was the ledge one. I'm always inclined to land on those blocks on the left, but you don't want to do that. Okay, so that one was also a perfect run, which is ideal. We'll go to the left next. We messed that one up. I don't think I need that. Nope, I don't need it. Perfect, perfect. So this one here is a little bit of a dicey way of doing this. Damn it. There we go. That was quite difficult to do, but we did it. Okay, and now I'll do... Ah, damn it. Okay, we're gonna have to do this the proper way. Ha! I had to damage boost for that one. It's really finicky on the controller. I don't really have a way of showcasing why that was so finicky, but it was. You'll just have to take my word for it. No, okay, well, we're stuck in this position again. It's hard to do. I don't know how to express to you. Because she loses grip when she gets hurt. I really don't want to have to try this again, so I'm gonna do this the proper way. Hop on down here. I'll just hop right back onto it. Yep, so this one didn't go quite as well as the other ones, but if I recall, the next one is also really easy, so we should be fine. To the correct direction. These are probably the biggest hindrances of rushing. We all do some really silly things when we rush. Oh, come on. Okay, I guess I'll do it the old-fashioned way. That is the old-fashioned way. Are these hearts? They're not hearts. That one is. Okay, so this one I don't think I can get hurt in anyway. But yeah, the goal is to just make it up. It's the opposite of the one we did originally where we were going down. You get to the top, then you just fall down. And the good thing as well is that everything just kind of lines up perfectly. It's not really about timing. There we go. Are they still here, or did they just spawn? Yep, they're still here. Good stuff. Okay. Alright, so we're nearly done here. Now what we're going to do is... Whoops, I meant to keep that one up. Right, up, left, down. Okay. Right, I just remembered. This is not a room I ever want to go into. And then we're going to go ahead and go... cross-eyed. Perfect. I hope we're not wasting too much time today. Good stuff. This is necessary, of course. In we go. I am going to get all of these, by the way. By the by. Okay, and we're going to hop and get all those, which is good. Okay, so left, 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 and then only the bottom left one is down. That's pretty easy to remember. This is different in every run, by the way, so you can't just memorize it. You have to go and get all those keys. It's a requirement, and I think that's really good as well, because even if someone was to speedrun this game, it gives them the opportunity to have to play more of the game. And in my eyes, the less you have to skip in a game, the better. Okay. So, here we go. It's left. This one up here as well, left. This one here is down. Okay, and we've reached our third transformation. Can you guess what it is? You might have not known this up until this point, but Shantae can't actually swim underwater. She always floats up to the top as soon as she lands in the water. The exception to that is if you get this transformation right here, so that's what this is going to be for, so we can finally start dancing, and this is where you get to see the third phase of the dance. Although I am kind of cancelling it right as soon as that one begins, but you get the gist. We're going to come down. I think she looks like a relatively cute mermaid, personally, and I get to use the analog stick to control her in this particular scenario. Now, if you were very astute, here's a small chance you might have realized that there could have been something else there. And you would be right. I just can't get it at the moment, and that's something I'm going to have to come back for in the 100% route. because it will take too long otherwise. Okay, so there we have that. Let's keep on running. Okay, monkey this one. Yep. Alright, I can probably just jump it. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about that outcome. Okay, here we go. So the next thing we need to do here is probably that. Nope, it's not that either. It would require the other one to change. Nope, not good. Just to check though, does that allow me to have a different one here? Good, it does. So this is where you can get quite a lot of gems, which is always nice. This is not where I'm going to farm gems, unfortunately, because it's not close enough to the save point to be worth it. But we should be able to buy the next hair upgrade and even potentially the pike balls, and if I can do that, I'll be happy. Okay. So, hit that. It's fine, damage boost. Are they both closed? Let's take a look. Does that do the trick? I don't remember what the pattern is. It's not that one either. Okay, open. Still not the right one. Alright, so that one needs to be changed. I apparently did not change it. Humble mistakes we all make. As you can see, it's really easy to get confused with this one here. Okay, so I guess this left one actually only affects the right one and the right one only affects the left one. It's not really... I thought it was both of them affecting each other at the same time. But that wouldn't be enough combinations. Okay. You know what, I'll take the gamble. I will. Okay, monkey this one out. Here we go. And the reason why I came here last is because you actually do need to have the mermaid transformation to do this part. It may look like Shantae could probably swim under there, but unfortunately she doesn't have the ability to do so. I also recall that you could probably get in here. Nice. Perfect. And we should get a chest in this room. Perfect. And there we go. We got the skull jaw. The bottom half of the skull. Okay. You might be thinking, why is that necessary? But it's actually a special key. I had no idea what it was either. I was actually kind of excited when I first got it playing this game for the first time. Until I realized that, nope, it's just one half of another key. Okay, let's keep running. We may not make it for the 100% timing because I did throw in a little bit too many 100% stuff for this route. But if I don't get the any percentages, I'm probably going to get the 100% one. At least that's going to save me the hassle of coming back and doing all of that. So if I do fail to do it, I'll just come back and do what needs to be done. So the next part of this maze is actually quite easy. Once we get to the bottom here. If you recall right in the beginning of this labyrinth, I specifically said that we couldn't do one of the eye directions, which happened to be the left direction, right? And you'll get to see that now. So it's right, I'll save, why not? Yep. He's the only NPC in this game, by the way, that defaults to yes when you click on him, because I assume the developers just assumed you always want to save. At least if you're talking to him, because what else would you talk to him for? Alright, so let's head back. Good platforming. Okay, and here we go. So we're going to set this one to left. We'll hop into here. This will now have water. Okay, we'll transform. If I recall, there's nothing really interesting inside of that vase, so let's just keep going. We'll take this one though, because why not? Alright, I think the other one might have had magic. Nice. I can't let go of this money because I'm already in need of some for the pike ball and the other upgrade I need. So down we go. Take this. And now we have the other half of the skull. So we have a complete skull, which means we have a key. I hope 500 is going to be enough. I do think it will be enough, and I definitely have enough jam. Alright. The answer was up. What am I doing? We'll do this part again. All good stuff. The me who's watching this currently in editing, I highly appreciate your efforts to go ahead and showcase quite openly what my route is and what I'm actually trying to do next every time. Okay, so I was trying to glance over at my Excel spreadsheet to see what's next. Okay, that's all good stuff. Let's head on in and fight this Baron. This guy is not difficult, but he's definitely more difficult than the other bosses we've had so far. He's a little bit more finicky. He's super fun to fight though. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so he's got 2 general attacks, but you can also interrupt them if you hit him with anything like that, basically. As soon as you hit him, if he's still winding it up. If you don't get there in time, then you should just stand in the middle, let him drop it there, and then catch him. This is just a strat that I found that worked the best. This shouldn't take too long. We don't have any magic potions, but we don't really need them either, because I'll just continue to hit him with my hair until things go the way they need to. I don't know if this is the actual strat people use to fight him. I just kind of made this up on my own. But it seems to work. There's probably a better one. Let's not take too long, hurry up. So the enemies in this game have a lot more HP than they look like they would. As you can see. Yeah, I messed up there. Jumped a little too early. You have to stall for a few seconds while you're there. I just want to finish him quick. Oh, good, we did it. Okay, perfect. Now, while that, I will just have to hit that, get the money, and hop on over and get the other artifact. Perfect. Okay, next, I gotta scroll down a little bit. We've gone, oh, whoops. Let me just scroll down on my Excel spreadsheet because it freezes the game when I click out. Alright. So, next we need... Alright, we need to go to Abner and Poe on the right. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna save. Actually, I'm not gonna save. We'll save later. This is not a hard part what I'm about to do. Am I actually going where I think I'm... Oh my goodness. Hold on a second, I'm not gonna do it like this. That's horrible. I'm not going back over there. It's too long. Too tedious. There are faster ways to do this. When I set up the route, I didn't realize that that was after that area. So here's what I'm gonna do. Oops, that's a mistake. We're almost done, by the way, so if you're sitting here concerned about my timing, we're almost finished. It's fine, I actually don't mind if I get hit a bunch of times. Okay, since we're in here, which is ideal, I can go ahead and buy the upgrades that I want to buy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves some upgraded hair, and also, can I afford this, please? I can't afford this. Okay, but still, the silky cream hair, definitely more important. Okay, and I'm gonna buy one more of that. Okay. Not sure where I was planning to go, honestly. Okay. Before I do that... Yeah, I've definitely got the order of what I'm trying to do right now a little bit confused. That was an accident. I didn't actually mean to jump there. But that's okay. Nope. Oh my goodness. Perfect. In and out, in and out. Actually, I could do this. I don't know why I didn't decide to just decide to do it. Uh-huh. Alright, I guess I'll just... And... Nope. This is actually kind of a difficult segment. It's not the way to do it. There we go. Uh-huh. Next we come down to here. That was difficult, admittedly. And we'll just hop on out. Okay, so next step, turn back into monkey. And we're gonna head right back on over to where our dear friend was. Come on. Our dear friend, I meant the mayor, excuse me. My mind is really not operating at 100% at the moment. I'm currently thinking a little too hard about everything. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, Monkey Bullet makes that so much easier than it used to be. Okay, perfect. I don't really have to save. I'm not doing anything silly here. Okay, warp, right, dive, go right. Alright, it's on the right side. There we go. So you might be wondering what these are and why I'm collecting them right now, and essentially these are baby squids, and I have to collect them because the original Squid Baron, I'm gonna have to go and talk to him as an NPC later. He basically said that he would give me a secret technique that would let me sneak up on Risky if I helped him by finding his kids. The thing is, the reason why I need to go and find Risky right now is although I got all of these artifacts myself, so Risky can't use them for the lamp, what's actually happened is she's kidnapped Mermaid Cliffs, that's the one. She has kidnapped my uncle and is holding him hostage in exchange for the artifacts. But we're hoping that we can maybe sneak up on her and try to get the jump. They also say that Roddy Tops betrayed us. Roddy Tops being my friend. She was a traitor all along. And she basically gave away, or rather, you know, gave my uncle two Roddy Tops, sorry, two Risky Boots for the purpose of getting Shantae's brains in as a reward. Imagine that. Okay, this way. Perfect. Fun fact, when I was playing casually for the first time, this is actually the first one I ever found. There we go. Nice. But yeah, this is a little too deep for her to go underneath without transforming, so we're gonna transform. Now, unfortunately, we don't have enough to get the third pike ball, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it. Meaning, if we don't have enough money to get it, we're just gonna have to fight the boss without it. And that's fine too. It pains me to say that though, because that boss is super lengthy already, and the longer I have to fight that boss without something to speed it up, the more likely I am to make mistakes and get killed. Although I'm not really worried about dying, to be honest with you, because again, potions. I hope we're doing okay on time. I sit here thinking to myself that it feels like we're just about to finish, but we're not. Now I'm actually going to warp to Lilac Fields because it's a lot faster than going left here. At least I feel like it's probably going to be a lot faster and safer. So this is a much shorter path. I'll just hop on over here. There we go. I could have sworn I turned around. Fun fact, by the way, you can crouch underneath those blue guys as poison. So you can just kind of crouch underneath and just do a bunch of that. Speaking of which, by the way, that was a visual representation of how fast I can actually attack now. What a fastidious day. So we're going to come to the right again. It just seems like I'm navigating this place in a bit of a random and awkward manner, I know, but I assure you, there's a method to the madness. So for this one here, I believe it's to the left and in the middle. Okay, not that way. I'll use the analog stick to control this because controlling her with digital buttons is really awkward. Okay. Still not that way. I do have a tendency to mix some of these up, but yeah, this is the way. And you happen to need the elephant to do this. Pick that up first. Alright, nice, and then monkey to get the other one. It's like they knew exactly how many I needed. And so basically what they've done here is by making it so that you need this, you basically need to get the elephant upgrade in order to get this far in the game. So good on them for making it a mandatory thing. And because you need Monkey Bullet, I believe I messed that up. You need Monkey Bullet to get the elephant. I guess they've really made all the upgrades mandatory. Ironically as well, the mermaid does have an upgrade, and we are currently en route to getting her upgrade. So if you're wondering about that, congratulations, you're correct. Apologies, by the way, if I'm stuttering a little bit much, because again, trying to process everything all at once, it's a little bit difficult. I'm trying to talk to you, provide proper commentary, play the game correctly, remember where everything is, and read my Excel spreadsheet for the stuff that I can't remember particularly well. All of which is really blowing my mind. Okay, so we're coming back to Shantae's house. This is going to give us the opportunity to talk to this guy. Okay, so we'll talk to them. Then the Squid Baron will come by and tell us that he can help us if we find his kids. Well, now we talk to him and tell him that we found his kids. And he gave us the Mermaid Upgrade, which is bubbles. And the best thing we can do with that is we can actually turn around, come over to here, and hop in the water. Right over to here. And not over to here. I guess it's probably like in a cave somewhere here. I don't remember. Where is it? Is it to the left or what? Hole in the middle, cave on the right. There is a hole in the middle. And then a cave on the right. Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot to showcase it. This is what it is. Okay. So perfect. Now we can come in here and we'll get ourselves the last heart container. And now we're ready to go fight Risky Boots. So, I'll show you guys the secret passage that we're going to be using, that we required this upgrade to do. And we'll be golden. Absolutely no problems from then henceforth. Okay. Do you see why this is such a convoluted game? I keep saying it, but it's just ridiculous. How many of those? I have 7, that's enough. If I need more than 7, then I'm ashamed of myself. Considering I managed to beat the boss without any potions. Already. It was actually one of the achievements that I got recently, which is beat the boss without using any potions whatsoever. So if I could do that, I should be able to do it with 7 potions, especially since they're like 7 times the HP I beat the game with. I did have better upgrades though, to be fair. But they weren't that much better. Final stretch. I really hope I do it in time. I'm not too concerned about the 90% thing, because even if I don't get it, I know that I spent a lot of time doing other unnecessary things. I missed a couple. If you're wondering why I'm getting all this money right now, it'll actually be kind of important for later. Because of the 100% route. Okay. Also, if you're wondering about the 2-hour thing, even though, like I said, I can't see it, don't trust it too hard, because I did die, if you recall, and that death is theoretically not going to count to the game's internal clock, because it counts from the last save. So. Alright, this is an auto-scroller, so I can't actually do this any faster or slower than anybody else, which also means that I am tied for the fastest in the world at this part. Isn't that amazing? We're gonna try to kill everything. If it makes you feel any better to know, by the way. She's not shooting automatically, I'm mashing the button. And I will be mashing the button for the entirety of this segment. And you heard me right, mashing! I'm not holding the button, I'm mashing it. I'm really glad I got to do this today. I was actually kind of putting it off for the longest time because I just figured it's going to be so much to remember and really difficult. But it ended up being quite fun. Again, I have to remind myself it's not over. And when I beat the boss, I have to do a bunch of things and then come back and do all of this again, including beat the boss again. I don't have to do this again, though. Because there's actually going to be one more save before the boss. And what a boss it is! I feel like maybe showcasing all of this isn't really necessary, but I'm going to just because... I mean, you could fast forward the video if you really don't want to see it, but it's part of the experience, isn't it? And we just have enough for the pike ball now. So I could theoretically go back, get the pike ball and come back. I'm not going to though, because I don't trust my time. That was an accident. There's also an achievement, by the way, for killing all of these little guys. Actually quite easy to do. The guys who are in the air are quite slow, and the guys on the ground actually come back if they don't get killed. But it's just nice to know. We're not done yet. Don't let that pillar deceive you. I wonder if I can actually drink potions while I'm doing this. I know it's showing it to me because I had it, but I'm just curious. There's actually no merit to destroying all of these, and I'm just doing it for fun. I'm of the impression that everybody destroys them all for fun. Now mind you, the boss itself will probably take a lot of time, and if I was potentially able to do the speedrun strat for that, where you can just kind of glitch the fight, which mind you, by the way, again, very difficult to do. Even if you knew how to do it, it's quite difficult, and speedrunners themselves have difficulties doing it. But if I was able to do it, that might be something, but I kind of feel like that's not in the spirit of the game. And anybody watching this might actually enjoy seeing the boss, just like with the other ones. So I'm proud to showcase it, even though I might lose the 80% category for this. I call it the 80% category, but I mean the 80% completion requirement of -2 hours. 2 hours. Ah, there we go, we're done. Ah, it's a lot of mashing. Okay. Out of that, pick all these up. Nice. Inside we go. We'll activate this Squid Baron here. Squid Baron, excuse me. This Squid Warp. And finally, this will allow us to come back here when we do the 100% route, which is good. I'll take this. I'll save. And this is basically where we're going to be coming back to when we do the 100% category. So, let's come over here. Pitch black room, I know it's... nothing I get here actually matters at this point, so... wasted another thing for nothing. I guess we're gonna have to fight the boss with 6. Not a big deal. This wall is just shallow enough that you could kind of go underneath it if you tried. There we go. Alright. Monkey. So it's actually quite easy to get hit here, contrary to what it looks like, because of this area. Alright. Our navigational skill. Oh no! She got up and I wasn't expecting her to get up, so she turned around. Okay. Final boss. Okay, so here we go. You can see, for example, they're all upset and everything because Risky Boots basically cheated them out of things. She didn't give them what they were promised. And Rottie is upset because she not only betrayed her friend, but she betrayed her friend and didn't get to have her friend's brains. Sad times. So now I go ahead and give over my 3 artifacts. I don't really remember what they're actually called, but I'm going to call them artifacts. And my uncle is free to go. Now I get to fight Risky. And of course, Risky is ready to kill me, because you know how it is. And this is basically a rehash of the first boss fight, only it's a little harder than it was before, although it's not particularly difficult either way. Whoops. So there's a little bit of RNG involved in this, which is basically that. Like, I missed my opportunity, so now I'm not going to be able to hit him. But it happens. Okay. You basically want to hit that barrel again, but the problem with it is that the timing for it is actually quite short. So you have to know what's coming based off of his mannerisms. That there was not the right mannerism. Now? Will you do it now? Yep. Perfect. We can pop over to here again, and I'm going to turn to a monkey. I like being monkey because monkey can basically avoid things quite well. Back to Shantae. Kill these guys. Good. The way you can tell which one he's about to do is actually based on if he dips down. If he ducks down a little too low, then he's probably going to go ahead and do the anchor. If he doesn't duck down when he's about to open his mouth, then he's likely to do the barrel, which is what you want. Get these guys out of here so they don't get me later. Nope, duck down. Whoops, forgot about the anchor. Duck down. So that's why you'd want to be a monkey there, is because the monkey's too short to get hit by the anchor, but can move faster than Shantae when she's crouching. There we are. So those are 3 hits. He needs 4 hits to get taken out. So it's a pretty easy boss fight, especially with all the HP and everything that you get for it. Ducking down, monkey. See, nice and easy. And there's actually no reason not to stay in monkey until he comes out, because the game freezes while you're changing and transforming. Okay, finally, now we'll fight the real final boss. Okay, gotta prep myself for this one. Okay, and so what she's gonna do is use the artifacts to power up the lamp, draw out all of Shantae's magical power, and use it to basically attack Shantae with it. And because of this, I've lost all of my magic. So now she's going to use all of my transformations against me, because she is basically my magical side attacking me. And I'm now just a human. Although for some reason I have this magical hair. But in case I wasn't clear, what I mean is I no longer have the ability to transform. I meant to jump higher. Monkey. I hope you got used to what dances cause what, because you're going to need to memorize that for this boss, otherwise you end up getting hit by a lot of stuff. The mermaid. Mind you that if I make this boss fight look easy, it's only because I had to do this whole thing without potions, as I mentioned. So I ended up learning all of her patterns. But you can imagine how much time you'd end up saving in a boss fight like this if you if you could just cancel the whole fight with a glitch. She's powering up. Whoops, that was an accident. Sorry for being so quiet. I need to focus on this thing, because I need to remember a lot during this fight, what every transformation is, and how to avoid everything. Like, I'm not concerned about winning. I know I'm gonna win. I have so many potions. This is also why I needed the hair upgrade. Can you imagine with the default hair doing all of this? This is also why I wanted the better pike ball, because it'll do more damage faster. Come on. Don't have all the time in the world. We did it! Nice! Okay. Let's hope we did it fast enough. I mean, I assume you guys would probably have an idea of if we did, but I really do hope we did. Okay. So basically, I killed my magical self, and so I no longer have any magical powers. But for some reason, my hair continues to respond to me, and that's what they talked about in the cutscene, which is really strange. And it might have something to do with maybe my mother, somehow. So yeah, all good stuff. And here, the mayor's come back to say that he's acknowledged Shantae as being, you know, someone who truly does care about, you know, her land and everything. I can't remember what it was called anymore. But yes, Scuttletown, excuse me. Okay, so with that, we've basically finished the any percent. Now we'll get a quick look to see if we did it fast enough, and if we did, I will then go back and have to do the 100% route, which also requires me to fight this boss again, but for the sake of the video, I will fast forward the boss fight when we come to the 100% route, just so that you can see it. I'm also quite proud that we did that again without using any potions. It's a sign of definite improvement. Not that that really matters. Okay, now I don't think I can actually skip the cutscenes. But thank you for sticking with me this far. And what time is it? It's currently 11 o'clock. So it does feel like I've been at this for about 2 hours now. Yeah, that's definitely something. Actually, is there a way for me to... Okay, well, it says 2 hours and 12 minutes on the timer, based off of the little snippet I just checked out there, so I'm a little concerned. I think we might have gone a little bit too ham with collecting everything, which is bad. And we also apparently run the risk of not getting the 100% if it takes me too long to get all the money I need. I don't think it will, but it might. In which case, you can take this video as a reference video and I'll probably still go back and do it again regardless, so it's not a big deal. It might help to learn actual speedrun strats though. Oh, the silliness of it all. I wonder if this counts to the time as well. I could pause my actual timer since none of this really does count, but I'm not going to. Okay, let's take a look. We're 4 minutes off. Oh, that's disgusting. Ah, 4 minutes. I could have probably just avoided picking up anything to make that happen. So I guess I'll have to come back and try that again. Sometime. Okay, so that's not a big deal. But outside of that, let me hop back in. Because I gotta actually go back and get... Yeah, so we had 7 minutes to fight the boss, which was with both bosses, which was actually kind of impossible in my eyes. Unless we do cheats. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is hop on back and see if we can at least salvage the next little bit that we need to do. So what I need to do next is come back to Mermaid Cliffs. Actually, no. Let's go to Lilac Fields to make this safer. Nope. Okay, Mermaid Cliffs is probably a smarter option, realistically. So there is something I need to go there to get. Okay. That's the wrong way. That's so disappointing though, to be 4 minutes off. For shame. Okay. Well, the 100% is more important in my eyes anyway, because it's a lot longer. It requires me to pick up significantly more things. So let's see. I don't feel like I wasted a lot of time though, that's the thing. And I'm unsure if I'm actually going to be able to finish everything in time, because I still have to run back and fight the entire Baron's Lair again, the second one. So I guess we'll have to see. I'm willing to just take as many hits as necessary here. Okay. Now you might be wondering why I'm coming back here, but I actually have to go ahead and get some money. Gems, to be specific, and this is the place to do it. I'm just gonna max out and hope that that's enough, but if it's not enough, which it probably won't be, I'll just have to get some more along the way. I won't get them all along the way, because again, I can get some of them by doing some of the other stuff, but that's why I'm doing this first. I went the wrong way. Whoops. Whoops. Already wasting time, but at least we're getting gems in the process, so we're not really wasting that much time. Oh my. Okay. I guess one could argue it's not going to take that long overall. I think the final boss took me something like 12 minutes, so that's about how much buffer I'm going to have. Let's keep on going. We need to get up to where those eyes were originally, so I don't have time to waste on him. At least I can come back. Alright, up we go. Good to know you can dodge those if you tried. Okay, monkey ate up. I'm a little stressed out now because I'm genuinely unsure if we're going to have enough time. I was hoping that we'd have more time if we did beat the 80%. But like I said, we did do a lot more for the 100% in that 80% route anyway, so... If this isn't the right one, the next one is. It's not the right one. Okay. So much to remember, so much to do. In we go. There's actually more to this place as well. It's not just that, because I need to get some money for sure, but there's also there's also another magic gem here that I have to pick up. Please, monkey. Okay. Every time I contemplate saving, this happens. But I actually am supposed to save here. My mistake. Okay, save, yep. Perfect. I don't have to save just now that I think about it. But it's fine. Okay. So we need to have the eye orientation as left, up, right, down. Perfect. And then swap over to our pike ball. I'm sure you remember this room, but we have to do it again. We got one of our gems from in here originally. Arguably, I didn't have to come back and get the gem again, but... Or I didn't have to get the gem back then because I could have done it right now. So we do that, hop over here, come on down to the bottom. Perfect. Talk to our faithful friend here. Would you like to save? I would love to save. Perfect. Now we're gonna exit to main menu. And as you might imagine, I'm just gonna be doing this a lot. Okay, so I guess I'll cut to when I'm done gathering money. Okay, so we're probably gonna go for one more. And once we're done there, we should continue on because there's actually a few more things we have to do in here. We're not actually done yet. This is probably going to be one of the biggest teases that was given to us in this game in particular. Oh, damn it. Okay. There we go. So basically, once we get all this money, which we're going to have to use because we got to buy all of the power-ups, it's part of the 100% completion. It's not just about finding all the gems, but we actually have to spend the gems to buy everything else. I think so anyway. I'm pretty sure you do because that's what the speedrunners do. So we need to go back in here now. In the room where we got the Mermaid Upgrade, we... Oh, what am I doing? Oh no, okay, this is the right place, excuse me. If you saw it, it was right there. Yeah, I mixed up a few things, but it's okay. So yeah, we have to go into here. So, the reason why I didn't get this when I was here originally was actually because we needed the bubble upgrade in order to get this, so even though you got the mermaid, it was a chance for you to see that this exists, but you wouldn't be able to get to it until you actually practically finished the game. Hence why it's in the 100% route. You'll find that this is probably the case for the majority of the things that I decided to give 100% route priority to. So yeah. Okay. Alright, I was actually expecting us to get more gems along the way, and we probably will on the way out, which is why I didn't go ahead and max out my gems at the next 50. Just to save a tiny bit of time, I figured we might get some on the way back. Yeah, probably. We should be fine. Okay, I really hope we make this one, because I'm concerned about time. I'm always concerned about time, it's kind of part of the experience. That was an unusually good jump. Okay. Let's get out of here. We actually need to stop by the town in order to get to pay off a little bit of money. But I guess for the purpose of saving time, I'm not gonna. He's gonna drop some money, I'm sure, so I'll take it. He did not. I don't think we have a lot of time, so we should probably go straight to the Squid Baron's temple. Save ourselves the effort. And if we don't get enough money, we'll try to get it by going to something else, I guess. Oh no, but I do need to have Spitfire anyway while I'm there, so it's kind of a mandatory thing that I go to the town first. Okay. So that there is a bit of a routing problem. But I guess there isn't really any amazing route for the specific category I'm going for here. Which is the any percent / 100% category where both of them try to happen at the same time. Oh, okay, actually we're kind of lucky because it actually was a faster route to go this way rather than taking the warp, which was on the other side. And this requires me to pass by town. She turned at the last second. Okay. Man, this game is exhausting when you're really, really rushing. Okay, let's see what we can pay for. If we're lucky, we can buy everything, which is not true, but let's see. Okay, so we need to buy this, we need to buy this, we need to buy this, we need to buy this. I can't afford it. No, I don't have enough jam. Okay, that's fine. And this one's 100 and 125. Okay, we can afford everything, which I'm so happy about. So we don't have to go and get any more money. We actually overdid it with the money, but not by much, so it's okay. Most important thing is that I remember to get Spitfire because I'm going to need that. Rush! We're rushing! We don't have time! You know what? I can take this one. I can take it to Tangled Forest. I would like to go to Tangled Forest. Perfect. And we want to go this way. Okay, so we never uncovered this one before because we actually needed the Spitfire upgrade to do this, which is what I'm about to use right now. Oh, I just realized we might have actually not got enough money in total, which is also fine. So I know what to do about that. I will do the second, the temple that we did originally. Oh no, what am I doing? That other temple that we did, the second one where we got the second artifact, we'll have to do that one next. Okay, let's pop that one. That's perfectly fine. Hop on over again. And monkey bullet into it, turn back into Shantae and attack that there. Hop on down here, hit this, pick it up. Perfect. And if we have enough HP, which we do, we'll damage boost downwards. Perfect. And now we're going to go back into the Squid Baron's temple. Because why not? This is one of those things where if you remember I said that it's important to remember that there was water in there, because you actually did. It was an important factor. So I hope you did. Here we are again. Now I haven't actually used the map for anything so far in this game. But I can imagine that without actually looking at the map and getting your bearings, this is probably a little too much to remember. So I don't blame you for not remembering it. I blame myself. Okay. I mean, I'll kill him. He has a lot of money. And again, I'm a little bit concerned about if I have enough, but I shouldn't be, honestly speaking. So you can see the water is dripping here for a reason. So we'll drop down. And down here, with the Mermaid Upgrade that you get in the very last labyrinth of the game, you can actually get a gem. Calm down, oh my goodness. Okay, now that we're done here, we have one more collectible we need to get, and then we can go back and fight Risky again, after, buying everything again, as we need to. Did I buy the flamethrower? I did. Good, so we bought one of the expensive upgrades, which is nice. Don't remember how much it cost me. Let's see. I'm just banking on the fact that I might get enough money by going to the battle tower. So So that should be where all the good stuff is. I'm gonna save just to be safe. Perfect. I'm also operating under the assumption that the final boss is only gonna take 14 or so minutes. And so hopefully if I can get everything else done in that time frame, we shouldn't have any problems. Otherwise, this was a good practice session, I guess. Messed up that one there. There's actually a pad I need to take. But you can tell me yourself, in what world does it seem plausible for someone to be able to do this without planning out the entire route to get this in time? Because there's so much to do. And way more to remember as well. Can you imagine? But then again, that's what these achievements are for, right? Come on. Okay, let's do the bell tower again. Amazing, okay, good, that's done. Now we should get our magic gem. And we should get our reward money. Okay, I think we're actually nearly done this time. How exciting. Unfortunately, we don't have a warp, so we're gonna have to actually walk it. Heh, walkies. What? Where's my money? No money? I thought we were gonna get a lot more money for that. What a shame. Maybe you'd only get more money if you played it again. Now I'm concerned again. Well, we'll just have to make do. Let's see what we can do. If we don't have enough, we'll have to find money somewhere else. And by money, I mean gems, of course. Let's not get me wrong. What has rushing ever gotten us? Aside from that? Well, I guess we can get this money. And we're at 500, so maybe that's our lucky number. I was hoping for 550 to be safe, but you never really know. The unfortunate thing is I might be like 100 off, which I'm concerned about. Let's take a look. Do we have enough? Money has been a real problem with this game. Let's hope to be lucky. Okay. Uh-huh. And what am I missing? Oh, I need another gem. I'm missing a gem? What am I missing? Where did I miss a gem? Okay, that's a problem. I guess the safest thing to do in this scenario is to save, exit, figure out what I'm missing, come back, because I don't have time. Okay, so I am back and I have figured out what I forgot about. It seems to have been a flub from earlier. But fortunately we have literally the exact correct amount of money, so that's not bad. I was just perusing my Excel spreadsheet to make sure I could figure it out because of that little panic I had over there that I would maybe have to rewatch the entire video to see what I had missed and how I missed it. But yeah, so the actual answer happens to be right here. This is one of the easiest ones, but the thing was that it was blocked off in the beginning and I completely forgot about it later on because I mistook it for something different. But it's generally probably the easiest one you could pick up, and it's something that I probably should have picked up by just walking towards it. So you'll have to excuse me for that one. But I do think we're okay on time. I really hope so. So it's just this one here. Pop that, get those, and then hit this. Okay, perfect. Now that we've done this, we'll hop on over. And we should be able to buy the attract magic. We don't have enough money to buy any mana potions, but I don't think they're necessary for the 100%. What I'll do though, just to be safe, is I'll buy one mana potion. If I can get enough money to do that, I can't. We won't buy any mana potions. They're not required. Will we buy any mana potions? I genuinely don't think it matters, but just to be safe. Otherwise I'll end up fighting the boss again. Okay, plenty of money. Let's go. Okay. In we go. And we can buy our last required item, and at least one of those. And then I can't buy that, but I'll buy a few of those. Okay. Now we just have to beat the game, again. So, to do this, what I'll do is go to the easiest warp we have, which is right here. I decided, oh, I'll just walk so that I can save time, forgetting that I was doing this to save time. Okay. Ooh, the hassles of all of this. Alright. You can take me right to Risky's lair. How exciting! We're almost done. Alright. And we should hopefully be good from here onwards. To the water, under the water. Here we go. Almost made the same mistake as last time. I don't really have much to say for commentary here because we're basically done and you've already seen all of this before. So, I guess what I'll do is I'll keep it in, but I'll fast forward it just so that you can get a chance to see the fight again. But, so you get a little bit of closure for the most part. But yeah, there's nothing really new to showcase aside from all of this, so... we'll go until we get to the end scene. Okay. Mind you that the timer that you're looking at right now on the bottom that suggests that I'm probably over 3 hours is definitely wrong because it doesn't factor in all the time that I spent menuing and You know how it is. And now the finale. So exciting. Okay. I really hope we did it. Really hope so. Okay, let's hope for the best. See what happens. But I think that does the trick. Definitely better with the other pike ball with the max upgrade. And yeah, it was definitely tiring to have to do that again. So I mean, I am going to have to play the game all over again anyway, because I need to go back and redo the 90% category, and preferably without getting a lot of the stuff I need for 100%. But that's only really going to be relevant if this 100% ended up failing. Right, but I don't think it did. Probably not. I mean, I could do the 100% even faster if I didn't have to leave to do the 90% boss first. So, for example, I could have ended up doing the fortress twice in a row, as opposed to having to just leave because I didn't want to waste a lot of time. So yeah, unfortunately that was the case. But let's see how we did. Let's find out. Mind you, by the way, that if we did get this 100%, I'm probably not going to re-record myself doing the 80% because all I'll do is the same thing, but I'll take out a few of the unnecessary gems, and that will be the end of it. Yeah, that'll be the it. That'll do the trick. So, yeah, let's hope we at least achieve something today. Hopefully. I would skip this, but I can't. So, I'll skip it for you, not for me. Okay. Let's let's see how we did. It's kind of like when you get exam marks. So please, under 3 hours. Perfect. We got everything, all special items, and we got the right time frame. We should get a special image to showcase that. There it is. And I got the achievement, Speedy and Greedy. Okay, amazing. Alright, I'm so glad we got that done. Unfortunately, I didn't get both of them done at the same time, but you know, you can't get everything at once. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, maybe you learned something out of it, and you got to appreciate the game for what it is. I do think you should get it. It's on Steam. It's really cheap. And for the most part, you'll really get to enjoy the story because Shantae has a really nice personality. It's very quirky. And a lot of the characters do have some really good dialogue, so I think it's absolutely worth going over yourself and enjoying it. But yeah, I'm quite proud to have showcased the game, and I wish you all the best. Hello again, everybody. Okay, so I'm back again. This is the second day. I decided to go back and try to get the 80% run since I failed it yesterday. But for some reason I decided to do it in magic mode, which was significantly harder. So based off the amount of time that I have left here, it shows that I have about 14 minutes left after the last save. Yesterday we managed to complete the boss within, or both bosses within 11 minutes, so I'm really hoping I can do it again today. I wanted to end the video properly by actually succeeding with both of the measures, so hopefully this will actually be fine. You'll go ahead and take a look and see that actually the magic mode run does have Shantae in a slightly different costume, different attire and such, but aside from that, you know, she takes double damage and has a little bit more magic than usual. Aside from that, there's not really very many differences, but it was a lot more difficult, I'll be honest with you on that regard. So in any case, I'm not going to show you everything because we've already seen all of this yesterday, and for you actually just a few moments ago. So I'm going to go ahead and just either fast forward or cut to the end, just so you can see the final run, if I actually managed to make it or not. Okay, so I think that was the fastest of the 3 times that I fought her in this one video, and we might have done it. We might have actually gotten lucky there, so I really hope so. I really don't want to have to go through this whole thing all over again. And if I do, it will not be in magic mode, because that was an endeavor. Like, everything kills you, and those really, really big rock guys do 1.5 hearts of damage, so it's extremely easy to get killed. Now I hope the in-game timer is done and it doesn't continue running by this point in the cutscene. So let's hope for the best. Okay, so moment of truth. Okay, perfect. And with a lot more time to spare than I was expecting. I think someone said the in-game timer is a little bit off normally, so that makes sense. And so that means I got both of the final 2 achievements, which is Speedrunner and Mighty Shantae Champ, which you get for completing everything. So all the achievements. Or actually no, excuse me, it's actually for seeing all the endings. So again, thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope this is going to provide a little bit more closure, just to note that you've seen the entire thing, and maybe also just a little bit of seeing the magic mode Shantae. I know I didn't do the whole run in it, but I still think it gave you the opportunity to see it properly. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I wish you the very best.